All right, let's look at the homework 2.1, problem number 6. All right, so we have a limit of f of x as x approaches 3 is equal to -5, and also a limit of g of x as x approaches 3 is equal to 7. So those are given, and we want to evaluate this following limit. All right, so let's do that. All right, so we're going to apply limit laws, right? So if you have a fraction, and if you take the limit of a fraction, you can take the limit of the numerator. So we have a limit as x approaches 3 of 7 minus f of x, all right? I'll probably use a different bracket so that I don't get confused. All right, so here, square bracket here. All right, then we can just do the same thing to the denominator. So you have a limit as x approaches 3 of x plus g of x. All right, so let's work in the numerator first. So if you have a subtraction, we can apply the limit to each term separately. Then we carry out the subtraction later. So we have a limit of 7 as x approaches 3 minus, we need to take the limit of f of x as x approaches 3. All right, so denominator is pretty much the same. We apply the limit as x approaches 3 to x. All right, plus we're going to apply limit of g of x as x approaches 3. All right, so hopefully we know everything. All right, from here. All right, so what's our limit of a constant 7 as x approaches 3? You can see that 7 is a constant function, so it never changes its value. So it's always 7, so the tendency is going to be 7. All right, and then minus. All right, so limit of f of x as x approaches 3 is given to be -5 up here. So we plug that in. So we're going to put the -5, all right? And then, all right, so this is kind of a silly question. Where does x go when x goes to 3? So x is going to 3, right? So it's going to be 3. And plus, limit of g of x is given up here to be 7. So put that in there. All right, then this is going to be, so it's basically 7 plus 5, that's 12. And then you have 3 plus 7 is 10. I guess since they're both even numbers, so divide top by 2, so that's 6. Divide the bottom by 2, you get 5. So the fraction in the lowest term would be 6 over 5. All right, so let's type it in. All right, we got the 6 over 5. All right, let's check the answer. All right, got that. All right, that's it. I hope that this was clear.